Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I'm your host, Sir Stephen Topham at the third, at your service. We're going to be talking about the year of 2024 breakdown. Now, a lot of you, I'm going to break it down quickly, give you a refresher in your heads, get you a head start of schedule. Look, it started in 2021 as it started, and I revealed myself to the public as it goes. Then we had a problem due because Johnson never put the safeguard up for our country, or UK as you like to call it correctly, because of this bloody problem that we had for the 2 or 3 years, which is true. But things also progressed forward without you knowing, right? I get that. There were a lot of questions and answers that need breaking down for you because we don't want to go on and on and on and on and on about it. I get that. But the thing is, while all of this shit was happening, so was the damage. So it was happening every time. I've got to recorrect everything. Now it is time to really narrow it down. I say, look, I was doing the job that I was set up to do. Yes, I get a lot of things unfolded in front of the Albion and the NHS and the NSFT, and you all got pieces of puzzles there. You just need to add in the real facts into the actual movies and the TV show itself, besides the 2D, which is not included yet. A lot of you have to realise there's a lot of damage and a lot of recorrections need doing, right? The year 2024 is a lot more harder than it is when I wised. Right? A lot of people ask questions, get answers they want, blah blah blah. I said all you had to do was watch the TV show and the movies to unanagram everything to get the result. But you got to realistically, every time we rise, so does the other individual. Right at the time, you didn't know who it was, you did not know what's going on, you did not know what was left, right, or centre. I said, look, everything had everything in it. Why? Even the reboots will have us in it. Why? Because we're the foundation of the level. Why? We don't have to do too much. All we had to do is unfold everything correctly. Why? In 2024, I told you there was a deadline for it. Why? It's about family, ends with family, and begins again. Why? Because 2024 is the actual continuation. Right? A lot of people don't get where I'm coming from, right? It's not as easy as like 1, 2, 3, here we go. It all adds up, right? When you want something on a plate, you have to break it down a lot to get in a lot, right? You got your island. We also have our own flaming flag for Norfolk, but it's actually Sodor flag. So we're not officially part of England, Wales, or Scotland, because or Ireland for that matter. The actual flag for Sodor was based in Norfolk all the time. It's just that we were hidden, right? So we covered ourselves by using the England flag to cover our tracks. All we had to do was unfold everything for you gently. No asking questions, no asking for answers. It will unfold naturally like it would. While the rest of them knew about this, so did I. But then everybody started thinking, okay, then Nick Bosia comes into this in America. He cracked it. But you have to let things unfold. So it's unfolded in the correct way for you. The year of 2024 was a breakdown time, and it's also a timer. Ding, 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 ding. Because it's 20 years ago since I lost my grandfather. So now it's caught up with you. Boing! Right? I'm not Diesel 10. That's the breakdown point. Well, I said I'm not Diesel 10. I'm Thomas the Tank and the Fat Man. I can't be all four of those because I'll be in. Then I'll be serious trouble. Right? I can't do all four. Right? I get where you're coming from. Probably in your mind, you're probably asking yourself, what? Yeah, drop Jordan if you want. But it's realistic. People can't believe it because they can't put the comments or the right comments in to get the right facts, right? We get that. But there are things in my life that's privatized for a reason, right? A lot of people make mistakes. Some people don't, right? Because they know the right moves, what to make, right? You're getting what you need, but you have to be patient a little bit now. Now it's like having my family return. It's like having reunion, connection, get married, got the kids in place. All you have to do is wait for it gently. I'm not pushing her. She's not pushing me. We're both on the same damn bloody page. Right, when it comes back to me, boom, boom. Right, a lot of clues are everywhere. YouTube new list, Google new list, and even StreamYard new list. We're not bullshitting. When things come to you, everything comes in forward. Right, you have to be realistic. Right, there's a lot of people in my employees list that I have to. Some of them I have to get rid of. Some of them will stay. Why? Because some are bad, some are good. It's like good and evil, basically, in some aspects. But that's not the point. The point is, the year of 2024 was like a timer on me. Right? You can't change this timer because it's now got to you already. And we are nearly in half a year now. Why? Because right now we're in January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. We're in the 8th month right now, as I was stating for the record. But at the end of the day, you got to realise why. Right? When you realise what's unfolding in truth, a lot of people have picked it up and realised what actions I'm doing is in the safeguard direction. Right? All the actions, all the sequences, everything. Right? When it all unfolds in truth in front of you, you got to be realistic. It's not. It's not like a game you can meddle with. It's unfolding in the right way in front of you. Family protects family, which is true. Duck isn't family; he's an extension. Right? Basically, he's a support engine for my mother. He can't support me as well. He may be supporting me when he has time, but when it comes down to the realistic side of it, it's down to Cena. Because Cena is my wife, and that's the connection. That's four of us. The unlikely four. When the unlikely four wives, so does everything else. Right? That's true. What people say to me on a lot of things, but they mean it. Right? A lot of people say, yeah, bing bada boom, here we go. Right? A lot of people don't have time to do research or look back and realise where they're screwed up or what they haven't forgotten. Right, a lot of us have gained a lot, yes, but we lost a lot. So you have to fix what needs fixing, right? A lot of people say, why? Why did we come to this man? Me, I'm talking about me personally. Why? Connection, family, friend, connection. A lot of my friends that I do have don't have the best interests from me. They think they haven't. Not all of them. Some do, some don't. Right? Because we don't often see face to face contact. Right? You have to be realistic. What is ahead of you? Now we've got the Swan Song coming into play, not the Island Swan Song. I'm reverting it into the Swan Song. Right now, I'm trying to get you to understand. Right, the year 2024 is like a timer. Tick, tick, tick. Right, every August, right, my family, when we rise, August is the deadline. Every 20 years. Like that. Then things click. Things click and play. But you have to let it play out gently. Because I've been pushed and pushed and pushed to the edge, right? I get that. That's why when you saw Thomas and the Magic Railroad, you might think it's a joke and it's not reality. Well, it is. It's the way it runs, the way it goes, the way it spins off, the way it goes off off me coming off the rails. I said, yeah, well, it's true, but I'm not hurting no one. So you can rule that one out straight off. I'm not Diesel 10 because he's already on the island doing fuck shit at this moment. Excuse my language. But I already know where he lives or where he's located or something like that, and it all clicks and play. People know things, but they can't say it out loud. Right? We get that. But the thing is, the year 2024, when the breakdown of it all, you're gonna get to October and things start clicking. Right? September is not my month. Right? That's a ninth month, yes, but it's the 10th month that does it all. Right? Because I was born on the 10th of October, 1983. But then you've got to work backwards to go forwards. You can't ask personal questions. How dare you? Why? I get it. But when you're breaking it all down for yourselves, when it gets December or November, things should move forward. Right? I know it's a long waiting game. It's a waiting game that was waiting for a very long time. Right? I took it really hard when I lost my grandfather, but I couldn't show it directly in public. Right? When I was in this flat, the Fat Controllers building, if you like to call it correctly, right? I cried for 5 fucking days. Excuse my language. I cried for 5 days. What would be like a fire duck movement between the Thomas coming, you know, when Gordon comes down the hill, he thinks smart boy, and it all comes down the line, right? Gordon gets all the carriages with me coupled behind him. What happened? I get out of path, right? During that time period, from that on peace, because the new generation is coming on top of that. You got the second gen and you got the first gen in it as well. Right now, you're getting the third gen with the same similar flats, similar details, similar everything. You're getting everything all broken down again. Ding, ding, ding. Right? So when Gordon was trying to make me drive from Knapford Station as it would, right? A lot of you may think, what? Yeah, well, you can scream it out loud now, couldn't you? It all adds up. So when it all goes going travelling down the line with duck without duck in play, this is what happens. When Thomas gets coupled up at behind the carriages, you know that I was like saying, I've been pulled. What happens when I come off from and get to Vicarstown, which is normally Kingsland College, right? Or Kingsland or Southland that direction, right? A lot of you say it's Wellsworth, which it is, which is Sheringham, right? Through all of that travelling, I get exhausted. I get worn out. I get that. Well, I get it. Because I had a year's worth of work. But I've done it. Don't get me wrong. It's a big achievement. It's not like yours when you can have fun and games. No. This is hard work. It takes a lot of commitment, hard working, and achievement on top. But I had to be honest, truthful, and kind. And charming, obviously. On top. Which is why the Fat Controller gets stricken stone because he knows what he needs, not wants. As Thomas, I was exhausted. I did cry for 5 days. That's why I had to travel slower on the viaduct, heading back home. So work it all out. It's going forward, like everybody wants it. But now the new facts have been put in place. Right? I get it's in reverse. Yes, it's going forward, not back. It's going forward. But it's taking me longer because things interrupt. Things overlay it, if you will. And it's putting new facts in for new people. You know, it's realistic as it comes. When it comes down to you, when it comes down to the fourth generation, they can't start yet. The fifth generation cannot start yet. Why? Because all the new facts for the third generation have to go in the book. Then it goes right into the movies again. Oh, Then everybody moans about it because they say the NSFT and NHS need to rattle their heads again. Ding, 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 ding. And they say they go cuckoo. I said, don't bother. Because now the safeguards are going up. Right? I don't want to do any more podcasts. I need to break this down for you so you know what's unfolding, so you get the drill. Right? A lot of things unfold in my flat for obvious safeguard reasons and reality of it all. Right? When people in my flat, they witness magic. They see it. They see it unfold. Why? Why did he do that action? Why did he do his movement? Why did he do that? And it all clicks in their heads. Why? Bertie's on the loose. He just drives past me. So it's not a lie. So there's a royal connection as well as a friend of private friend connection. So there's two connections, but a private connection on top. Right? Safeguards are everywhere. Doesn't matter if you want to break everything you want to destroy. Well, I'm not going to let you. Because it's wrong. By doing what you're doing, you're breaking a lot of things that you shouldn't. So while year 2024 is in play, now you're going to witness the hard way round on this one. It's not for the younger generation are still learning today. Well, I'm trying to get forward gently. I'm not a bloody Gordon. If I was Gordon, that'd be a different bloody cat of ball. But I'm not. I'm Thomas the Tank and the Fat Man. Right? So, at the end of the day, I'm not pushing the belt or striking the line. I said, look, it's all happening all in truth. Why can't you just see it and then reveal it? And then the third generation's facts are all coming in. It's like opening the book again and reading it again to you and you and you and vice versa, you and my wife on top. It's all adding up. Lily George Cooper deserve a very dignified ending. Right? But it's the grandkids that are in check. Distant cousins, wife and husband. So it's all there, black and bloody white. All you had to do is wait patiently. Right? All you had to do is let it play out. The NHS will get sued for bloody meddling around with it and lying to themselves. I said I'll catch the lies out instantly. Right? My private connection, Theo, who can't say nothing in all of this because he knows what's unfolding. So don't go to him because he won't give it to you on a plate no more. Nor would I. Why? Because we have to play it all the way through. But then the NSFT, they'd be fired on the spot. So the reason I am telling you now why year 2024 is a breakdown of it all is bring family back together again and resurface the third generation of the Hatts. Right? The thing is, a lot of people can't put two together yet. Now they probably clicked and realised it, what has unfolded so far. I said, yeah, my experiences is what goes in that bloody book. As well as my great uncles, the steam team, the former steam team, and the rest of it. It's all connected. When you all realise what was going on, why didn't you just see, shit, he's real. The third generation is about to kick up. I'm not kicking ass, but I'm just putting the information in. Why? People need it. So when it comes down to the fourth generation, our facts will already be in there with the second and the first. Right? It's no lie, there's no deceits, and there's no dishonesty. Right? So when it all plays out again, NHS and NSFT will have the fucking same problem because they haven't got no connections, family, or friends that know us. When people up here don't think, right? The doctors can't say anything. Norfolk has its own fucking flag, excuse my French, and it adds up. We use a Southern flag, which is Sodor flag. When it all adds up, it clicks. Why? Because every hat that rises, so does steam. When you realise what's unfolding, it's all happening, all in truth. Now you've seen the whole family wise again. No, yes, it's happening in truth. But at the end of the day, you've got to let it unfold naturally. Of course, you can't rush it. Of course, if you that, but the facts have been added to the book. It's like having what you call I'm in reverse, and all my ancestors or descendants are all going forward. So when you realise Lady Hat and myself, I say Xena and myself, I'd rather say, I want to be honest, I want to be truthful with you, but you're breaking the rule of railway code. Which I get it. Me and Lady can because we have to be on the same playing field. Right? You lot have to be my friends, connections, and so forth because you're going to be needed in the future. Right? People want to know what will happen in, let's say, when Emily Helen Hatt comes into play. Right? There's a clue in this, and I want you to be. I'm being very honest and straightforward with you. Right? There are things unfolded in truth, regardless of what you do and what you do wrong. Right? The Island Swan Song is now gone to Swan Song. Right? That's fact. Right? But because I've got my wife and my kids in check. But I can, end of the day, you really are like saying, what? I told you, well, the rest of us right ahead of you. The other thing is, he's certain missing facts in for you. But you're not going to listen to him. You're going to say he's a bullshitter. I said, don't mess around with my private connections, will you? Because in the day, when somebody protects somebody, someone that knows me really, really, really well, you don't tell him to piss off. As an example, right? When the facts are well added back in the book, it will go through the series again, the TV show, and it will all add up. Everybody will get what they need. But in the day, the year 2024, yes, it's been 20 years ago since I lost my grandfather, but I still haven't forgotten him, nor Claire Devlin. Why? Because they always be part of my life. Doesn't matter if you look at me thinking I'll go cuckoo, shut your traps. Right? It's real facts all the way. In the day, I'm just standing up for myself as the individual who has fucking rights as much as everybody else does. Like Janeway says, without being rude, of course. But like I said, when I mention all of these podcasts, I tell you now, the year 2024 is a deadline breakdown. Why? Because we're telling you exactly what has to be done. Right? End of the day, you can't, I can't choose what is right, but it's got to play out right. Right? When I came back to Vickers, back to Crosby or Natford, I was tired out. A lot of people probably notice I'm a little bit stressed, but I'm not. Just hard working, giving you the facts you need. Right? Everything is playing out correctly, but it's going in the books, obviously, number one. Then it goes into the movies, number two. Then it goes into 2D in the future, which it will be. Then it will go into my son's timeline. Then it will go into Emily Helen Hatt's timeline. Because it adds up. When it all goes together and like says fix this, fix this, fix this, people will get new facts while they're getting them. Right? You got the third gens coming right through. You had the second gens and you had the first gens. Now, if you screwed up everything, you will lose everything. Then you will cry wolf for the fifth generation and the fourth generation. Why didn't they put their facts in properly? I said there's a reason why this pattern repeats. Right? We don't have the luxury. Right? I get the points that are some points are in play and in truth. Right? Let me give you another scenario that will hit you a little bit. I know a lot of people know about me and Xena. That's definite. Right? But the kids are in check. Right? Because Xena gave me the clues. I don't need the answers. It came straight to me like a bolt of lightning. Right? It doesn't lie. I don't lie. Right? Chroma knows this. Sheringham knows this. West London knows this. Safeguards everywhere in that area. Why? When the North Norfolk woman cries wolf, when they want something and they want this and this, I said they will have to wait now because they have to get me back on the platform. You see, when you've done one damage, I have to correct all your bloody problems for you. Right, when I'm in Knapford in the office, then I tell everybody to witness everything. Be observant. Don't be a piss artist, excuse my French. But the thing is, it's all there in black and white for you. When it's all broken down into grips and grabs, it's all coming together slowly. But don't push me. The more you push, the more you won't get. It's like saying it will unfold naturally. But because you got your answer that you want, right? It doesn't take a genius to work it out. Right? Mathematics is in play in this. Everything's in play in this. Right? When people know things, zip it. Because in the day it's playing out correctly and it's unfolding in the correct way. Just let the swan song continue, not the island swan song. Why? Because we need to be on the right track. Right? I've got my friends, I've got my connections, I've got my colleagues. What more do you need? In the day, the Power Rangers, like as example, that should have season 31 or season 32. Why? Because it goes straight into me. Then everybody asks, shit, shit, shit. I said, people know me. They don't bullshit. I get that a lot of people are trying to safeguard me, like Theo. Then when I got him out of the way, got him safeguarded, he stays in one place, I stay in the other. We always protect family. Family is number one. Number two, information. Three, we are intelligent people from the same bloodline. Cooper bloodline. When it all adds up, it goes down the chain, then you're adding me and Zena to the clue. Then it gives you the right answer right there on the spot. I'm like her in every direction, but I'm not abusive. How dare you put me in that position? How dare you muddle all this up? I'm recollecting it all for you. So the word TV is saying, bug off, because it's reality of everything. In the day, I may have stand up for good reasons and stand up for good points and everything else. Of course, do you know why Harry Potter exists? It's all to do with the Manson side of the family as well, you know. It doesn't always apply to everybody else. So when it goes to the Manson side of the family, when it said 4 Pivot Drive, why it goes back to the Harry Potter as Harry Manson. Wake up! Then you wonder why it goes forward. Right? We dealt with the past before. Now we got to correct it again for the future. We do not need to be harassed. We don't need, because it takes the pressure off you and everybody else. But don't tell me what's going to happen next, because you know what's unfolding next. I'm just reversing the damage. So while you lot all like want to intervene, not all of you, I'm not blaming my friends, my connections and colleagues. That's fine. But when it goes down to the bottom of it, you need to keep the NSFT off your back. You need to keep the NHS off your back. Of course, they can do annually checks, but even they can't do much more than that. They have to let us play our lives through to the end. But at the same time, with me, that's a different cat of ball. Right? Margaret is monitoring me, Rachel, who's my mum's cousin. But in the day, if she's already gone and buried, excuse my French, then it goes down to her granddaughter, my distant cousin and wife. So it all adds up. So when you all want something bad enough, why do you think I am telling you about it? So the year 2024 is a delicate timeline, very delicate year, very delicate process. Because I'm not Diesel 10, I'm really useful, kind hearted, and trustworthy and honest. I would never be dishonest with a woman. Never. I may be honest, but at the end of the day, you got what you need, you got what you want. Just be patient now. Patience is the virtue in every angle. Doesn't matter where I speak or tongue, but it really is realistic as it gets. You know, the answers you want is already embedded in the book. The only thing is, you just have to follow suit. Because it repeats. You can't change the time stream. Because it repeats itself because we have to keep everything alive. Why? If we don't, everything will fall apart. Which we don't want. My mother knows that. I know that. But that's it. If you want something done and you want something corrected and you've got a problem in your head or you've got a problem that you created yourself, especially Discord as example, the biggest flaming con artists of them all, right? Discord, I have not been remembered for some time, right? Right? In the day, there are a lot of people in the Discord group that know the truth as much as I do, but they can't reveal the reality version of what's unfolding because everybody's starting to pick it up now. The truth is revealing itself slowly. Now just let that roll through, and then the people that don't believe it will start clicking in and reverse themselves. Why? Because they're that age when they're in their 30s or 40s. Click, 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 click. And it will all go through. And the younger generation will get booted. Why? Because you're not allowed to have 13-year-olds in Discord. You're supposed to have 18 plus. Because they have to be mature of what they see is what they get. Right? I understand Discord messes up as well, so I'm not going to BS. Right? I know the rules and regulations of everything. Right? I don't need to be lectured. I don't need to read them because I already know how to prevent an accident. I know how to do this. Do you know what? A lot of my friends and connections may have gone into hiding because of a lot of the community wants this, this, and this to happen. Right? It's going to happen and it will unfold naturally. In the end of the day, you, the Hats, will rise again and return, which they have done, but we're just slowly coming together. We're not pushing ourselves to the limit where our heads are getting stress related. No way. Because that's why I said to you, there's a lot to take in one swing. When you read the Thomas Tank books properly, it does reveal me, yes, and it reveals all my family, yes, it reveals me and Zena on top of that, yes, it all adds up. Then it goes to my son, then it goes to my granddaughter. Then you add up, ding, 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 boof. Then you will have more of the family, but there's a catch. Right? When it came down to the bottom of the chain, there's a clue that you were given by Wild Norester saying Alex Taylor. Right? He's a friend of the family, yes, but he's not born yet. Right? A lot of people say, what? You could drop John now because Norman Spencer won't be coming on a Norfolk Road, for example. Because everything is unfolded in the correct way. So if you really look at it now, I'm putting you in the picture of saying true, true, true. I've been safeguarded. Right? A lot of clues, a lot of answers, and there's a lot of good damn reasons. We are the we gave you everything on a plate. You just have to let everything unfold gently. But because I'm on that edge, worrying, concerning, everything else, I'm putting it all on a black and white paper for you. Right, the year of 2024 breakdown will actually just put you in the picture and say, yes, the island does exist, but it's upside down because it's Norfolk. Then work. That does it all. Then you put the old railway lines in, plus the active ones in. Then a lot of railway lines will connect with Thomas the Tank and Friends itself. So realistically, I'm not lying to you, nor is anybody else. I just haven't worked it out yet to able to understand. It's been reversed, like my friend stated in America. So he was telling the truth. He was being honest with you. He won't lie. He's not deceitful and everything else. Every time he tells you all the truth, he gets chest pains. Right? He's got at this moment in the day, he hasn't got the ability right now to say yes, it's true. Bang! The hacks are everywhere. So we are monitoring everything you do. Right? And in the day, the facts are there, the truth is there, the logic is there. Right? I'm not just going forward, I'm actually putting things right at the same time. So the third gen of the Hatt family will come into the light. Yes, myself, my wife, and my kids will all connect. Right? Because we had to follow by the books first. As long as I've got an employees list, bing, bing, I know exactly what's unfolded. I know exactly who to go to as a friend, connection, or colleague. And the other day, you have to let it play out. But like I said, as long as Theo's working in NHS, he's monitoring you and telling you it's damn bloody true. He's texting you, that's true. Texting that, boom, 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 bang. When it all adds up, the new generation for the next fourth and the fifth will add their facts in as well, and it will eventually add up. I knew while the rest of wasn't lying, nor was I. It's just the way it plays out in real life. When real life is played in front of you, we don't ignore the past. Why? Because past mistakes tend to happen repeatedly. Now you understand why I'm telling you whatever you watch it in reverse to get the actual result. So don't tell me that it's gone haywire because it hasn't. You've just gone forward and totally forgotten about the reverse psychology to go backwards to work out the rest. Like I said, when it gone forward, the reverse is kicking in. The only reason that is because I'm alive, I'm well, and I'm safe. Don't put me in a position where you think, what? Yeah, you could drop jaw now because everything is all coming to light. We all talk about the rise of the Titanic. That won't happen, right? How they do it is basically they're building a new Titanic in its place. So it looks like it's been risen, but it hasn't. The wreck of the Titan is which is what's happened. It's something to do with like the actual Titanic underwater, right? Plus, it also explains about that submarine that got smashed. That's true. But I can, in the end of the day, all the events are unfolding in the correct way, and you're not seeing the events being repeatedly repeated. It's been happening all my life. Why don't you just learn that the truth is there, and the anagrams have been putting in left, right, and centre, and you're not seeing it, and it's gone into the third gen of our story, ding, 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 of Thomas and Friends itself, and it's realistic. So, end of the day, you had Harry Potter, that's still continuing because of me. You have the Morphin Grid, still continuing. You have Murder She Wrote, Lock and Key. You have the Bill, Lock and Key. Now pack it up. You got everything else. Just have to play it right all the way through. It's not a game. It's not a laughing matter. It's reality. Thank you very much. In every angle.